Who is going to pay the 3.5 billion?
Well, also this afternoon, former CEO of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, Solomon Asamoah, dismisses Attorney General's claims that he's evading justice in the $2 million SkyTrain scandal.
The $2 million was paid at the request of the chairman of the board of directors and then the CEO, Mr. Solomon Asamoah, who is currently hiding in Senegal. If he wants to be tried in absentia, that is his choice to make.
Meanwhile, a former Deputy Attorney General has vowed that former government appointees will resist what he calls a deliberate attempt by government to embarrass them through arrests and detentions.
If people have not done it before and you decide to embark on various activities to embarrass them, such individuals will not sit down. They also fight back. You get it.
We'll bring you sports, and also in the market today we explore how Ghanaians are coping with soaring food prices and their calls for government's intervention.
Yam prices have become very expensive. Last month, a tuber was 30 Ghana cedis, but now it's 40 Ghana cedis.
And in the East Mamprese municipality, pupils of Nanuri Presby School narrowly escaped death after their classroom walls collapsed during lessons.
Knowing the weak nature of the structure, I sent all the children to the uncompleted building. In less than 10 minutes, the wall collapsed. So if the children were there, I would have killed most of them.
These and more with me, Maame Esi Nyamekye Thompson. This is Joy News, independent, fearless and credible. And this afternoon, Minister for Communications Samuel Nate George says he has authorized the dismissal of close to 100 staff of Ghana Post Company Limited in what he calls a restructuring of the ministry and its agencies. Mr. George has vowed to streamline the ministry to be effective and cost. Now, speaking to journalists in Parliament, the minister explained that his actions were not capricious but properly founded.
People have raised questions about the staff rationalization ongoing at the ministry. But if you are a minister and you take over a ministry that has 3,117 staff in the ministry and its agencies, and you realize that almost 600 of them were recruited after December 7, basically, you cannot expect me to come and inherit such mess and continue with it. And so the rationalization is ongoing. Today, I have authorized the termination of a few more at Ghana Post, almost 100, that were done post-December 7. And we'll continue this rationalization. I will clean up the ministry, make sure it is lean and efficient, and carries out its work.
Well, Mr. George has also been tearing into former Communications Minister Esla Wusu for the state's acquisition of Airtel Tigo. It will be called that the former minister claimed that Airtel Tigo was acquired for just $1, but Mr. Sam George has been describing the decision as reckless as the country is now saddled with a 3.5 billion cedi debt.
For anyone to have told us that they bought Airtel Tigo for $1 and have taken over the ministry, and ATC, American Tower Company, just one of the companies Airtel Tigo owes, brought us a bill of 1.5 billion Ghana cedis. 1.5 billion Ghana cedis. That's just ATC alone. Today, the American ambassador was in my office with a team, and one of the major issues was the indebtedness to ATC. The debt sitting on the books of Airtel Tigo is in excess of 3.5 billion Ghana cedis. So if someone told you they bought it for $1, who is going to pay the 3.5 billion that's sitting there and growing, accruing interest? And that's why I say those who carried out that action lack any sense of patriotism. Because most of the debt is debt that was accrued by Millicom, which was a private American company running Tigo, and Bharti Airtel, an Indian company. And you know, to show you how irresponsible the actions were, after they have absorbed the company and the debt and put it on on the balance sheets of the government of Ghana. Now, they attempted to drop the assets of the company into a new vehicle, and they were engaging with Bharti Airtel again to let Bharti Airtel come and take the clean company as a new company. Like I said, the Attorney General has work to do, because we cannot run a country like this.
And you heard that Samuel Nate George is Minister for Communications. Well, let me take you to Parliament, where our Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Kweku Asante is standing by. Kweku, what's on the agenda today?
Well, as I speak to you, the minority addressing a news conference, in relation to the other news conference also addressed by the Attorney General yesterday regarding some prosecutions ongoing. They just started. We'll get the details pretty shortly. But Parliament has just about 3 sitting days to adjourn for Eid al-Fitr and then the Easter break. And so it is a very jam-packed agenda. They have to consider the various estimates of all the ministry, departments, and agencies and approve them by Friday before they go on recess. They're going to do all of that. In particular, today, the debate on the State of the Nation address will conclude with the minority leader, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, and the majority leader, Mahama Yarega. And then we expect that a couple of reports will come from committees regarding the estimates for some ministries. Yesterday, they did lay a couple of reports, and today we expect that it will be taken, and a decision will be taken on all those ministries.
Right, thank you so much, Kweku Asante is our parliamentary correspondent. Now, former Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund CEO Solomon Asamoah has denied claims by Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayine that he fled to Senegal to avoid investigations into the controversial $2 million payment for the Accra Sky Train project. Speaking at a press conference yesterday, Dr. Ayine alleged that Mr. Asamoah had left Ghana on February 2, traveling to South Africa before relocating to Senegal. He further claimed that when contacted, Mr. Asamoah stated he would not return for another 3 months and warned that he would or could be tried in absentia if he failed to show up.
In respect of SkyTrain, we can confirm that the $2 million was paid at the request of the chairman of the board of directors of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, Prof. Ameya Ekunfi, and then and then the CEO, Mr. Solomon Asamoah, who is currently hiding in Senegal. We tracked him first and noticed that he was in South Africa. So he left Ghana somewhere around February, the 2nd of February, to South Africa. We were monitoring him in South Africa. And then he left South Africa and is now in Senegal. When we contacted him, he told us that he will not come to Ghana on 3 months from now. It reminds me of Ken Ofurata. So he says he will come to Ghana in 3 months. So we are patiently waiting for him. If he wants to be tried in absentia, that is his choice to make. But we have the prosecutorial authority to prosecute him.
And you had the Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayine, but the former CEO Solomon Asamoah is denying the claims in a press release. And Elton Broby joins me in studio with more. Elton, what's the former GIIF CEO saying?
He denies what he described as false and incorrect allegations that he's gone into hiding. He said the claim is entirely inaccurate and untrue. He says he traveled out of Ghana on Friday, 21st March 2025 to attend a scheduled board meeting as part of a corporate responsibility that was planned well in advance. Now, prior to my departure, he says he's been present in Ghana for long periods in both February and March. During this period, he said, I was never contacted for any government official in relation to an invitation to assist in any investigation. However, on Saturday, March 22nd, that just gone Saturday, a day after departure from Accra, I was indeed contacted via WhatsApp by an official at the National Intelligence Bureau who requested an online meeting with me, which we agreed to hold on Wednesday, 26 March 2024. That's tomorrow at 4 p.m. This would enable me to respond to any misconception and misunderstanding on any substantive matter related to my involvement with GIIF. Throughout my long international career in premier global institutions, says I have worked with integrity, transparency, and accountability. And this includes a 7-year he ran the GIIF, where an institution was profitable every year and made a cumulative net profit of 2.5 billion Ghana cedis. He ends by saying that I have not committed any wrongdoing and absolutely have no reason to run away from justice. He says he will return home shortly to offer all the assistance and information necessary to support the AG's investigation, which will ultimately vindicate my reputation and integrity.
Thank you so much, Elton. Well, in a related development, the former Deputy Attorney General Alfred Tuayabo says former government appointees will resist what he calls a deliberate attempt by government to embarrass them through arrests and detentions. Government has indicated it will go after all wrongdoers in the former administration. Mr. Tuayabo says that without evidence, the appointees will resist such attempts.
If you hold a public office, it is expected that you be called upon to render account. And those of us who are former government appointees were very mindful of this one. But that same process cannot be used to witch hunt people. And so if they have evidence that any former government appointee has done something untoward, they can go ahead, investigate the person in accordance with law. That's so simple. We are not saying that if you have done something untoward, they should be left because they held the political position. No. But that process must be in accordance with law. And if people have not done anything untoward and you decide to embark on various actions to embarrass them, I mean, such individuals will not sit down. They also fight back legally.
Well, the legal team representing former National Signals Bureau Director General Kwabena Eduboahin and his wife, Angela J. Boateng, are headed to court following unsuccessful attempts to communicate with their clients since their arrest on charges of embezzling $7 million in public funds. And lead counsel Samuel Atachia emphasized that the inability to establish contact raises serious concerns about the couple's well-being and access to legal representation, underscoring the urgency of the bail plea. I spoke to him earlier on News Desk.
We will use the court of justice, equity and good conscience to secure the release of our clients. Certainly, that's the only resort. We can't do otherwise.
So what then are the terms of the bill? Are you able to disclose that to us?
Relating to Mr. Eduboahin, is in the sum of 120 million Ghana cedis. And it's 80 million Ghana cedis, all to be justified. That the pain of the kind of justification and how onerous the terms are is that when you come to them, your captors, they determine whether they are satisfied with the sureties or not. That's a ping pong, no? So if they say they are not satisfied with the sureties, then you are behind bars. That is why the law should not permit them to determine, the liberty of the individual. As a court of law, that the Constitution says we impose reasonable conditions to ensure that they attend to you for the investigations to continue. So we've advised ourselves and we'll move the court in that direction.
Well, I'd like to know from you, has any charge or any charges been proffered against your clients?
Pathetic. No even statements have been taken from them.
And you heard there the lead counsel for Mr. Eduboahin, Samuel Atachia, there earlier on News Desk. Now away to Eastman Prissy, some school children narrowly escaped death when a classroom wall collapsed just minutes after teachers got them out. It was the second time the structure had failed, yet lessons continue inside. Nearby, a 6-unit GIIF block started in 2012 remains uncompleted despite repeated appeals. Emmanuel Jivenu has more on our education series, Crumbling Start.
You didn't come to school that day. All right.
Here at Nanori Presby Primary School, education comes at a cost.
I am Saibo Aqua, the head teacher of Nanori Presbyterian Primary School. Classes were in session and the KG children were there. So, knowing the weak nature of the structure, I sent all the children to the uncompleted building. In less than 10 minutes, the wall collapsed. So if the children were there, I would have killed most of them. Show by hand. If you know it, you raise up your hand.
What's left of the classroom is a fragile shelter of patched walls and uncertainty.
Again, to who? And the building itself, in fact, is a death trap.
But it wasn't supposed to be this way. In 2012, construction began on a 6-unit classroom block funded by the Ghana Education Trust Fund. 12 years on, this is all that stands. No floors, no windows and doors, no future.
I'm Honorable Odim Joshua Yandana, Assemblyman. The guest fountain building They started it 2012, and the roofing also done 2013. The contractor ran away up to now.
During the rainy season, teaching becomes a dangerous gamble. Leaking rooms, shaky walls, no escape plan. School stops, not by choice, but by nature.
Raining, we don't feel comfortable keeping the children here because of the nature of the structure.
The local assembly says it has written several letters. GIIF says it cannot intervene. Meanwhile, children sit in fear, 12 years and counting.
I'm Seydou Banle, AD Planning, the East Mamprusi Municipal Education Directorate. It is not our interest to have them where they are, but we are hands tied.
Despite the odds, the children keep coming. They dream of becoming nurses, teachers, doctors, and presidents. But hope alone cannot build classrooms.
Because sometimes I ask myself whether we are part of Ghana. How can a structure like this be put for over 10 years today? So why will I say the state or the nation is being fair to us? Are we not Ghanaians?
For 12 years, promises have crumbled, just like the school walls.
If duty bearers could come into our aid in the upbringing of Ghanaian children, in the upbringing of children who will lead this nation in future, to ensure that these buildings and other structures that are meant for education brought and then put up to this school, it will help.
The children of Nanori are not asking for much, just the right to learn in safety, in dignity, and in peace. Emmanuel Jivenu, Joy News, East Mamprusi Municipality, Northeast Region.
And in our Ghana Month series, we take you to Fort Prinsenstein in the Volta region, where the people of Agbozume rose against Danish slave traders. The chief was killed, their sacred tool taken, and in retaliation, they captured and caged the Danish governor, turning his remains into a shrine. There's more on the following report.
We bring you perhaps the most haunting of all slave stories. Come with me to Keta in the Volta region, to the last Ghanaian fort on the way to Togo.
Welcome to Fort Prinsenstein.
Under the care of the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board, Fort Prinsenstein, or what is left of it, receives daily visitors from around the world. But there is something unique about the role this particular fort played in Ghana's sordid slavery story. Therefore, our colleague knows all about it.
This tool was taken from the chiefs. When they came here, they sought permission from the chiefs. And when they are putting up the fort, they realized that they are converting the fort into a slave post. So our people stood against them. Toby Degeni said no, they will not allow them to continue the building. So Toby Degeni was killed. That made our people move from here to where they are now, Agbozume.
So the people of Agbozume were originally here.
Exactly.
And the Danes killed the chief.
Yeah.
And sacked the people.
Exactly.
And kept the stool.
Yeah, they took the stool from the palace and it has been kept over here. So the people of Agbozume supported the Danish governor along the coast of Hedano Denu. So he was captured. And so they make him the idol over there in the back of the Denu market. So when you go to the back of the Denu market, you see some big idol. It contained the remains of the Danish governor at that time.
So when he was captured, he never made it back here?
No,
they killed him there?
They killed him. Because he was the one who killed their chief.
Wow.
Interesting report by Kojo Yankson there. You're still listening to the Midday News here on Joel 99.7 FM. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll take you to the market today to explore how Ghanaians are coping with soaring food prices and their calls for government intervention.
Yam prices have become very expensive. Last month, a tuber was 30 Ghana cedis, but now it's 40 Ghana cedis.
Where did I? Now I don't know when I just saw. Obiang, what's the chrome ha? Ain't you want to say petrol super energizing drinks for motion? Hey boy.
Petrosol are celebrating their 10 years in grand style. They're giving back to their loyal customers. Hope you have registered at their online portal. Don't say I didn't tell you, oh.
Each month, customers will stand a chance of winning items like tricycles, motorcycles, television sets, refrigerators, phones, fuel vouchers, and many more. But the best part is that at the end of the promo, we will be giving out a grand prize of 2 Suzuki Espresso cars to lucky winners who stay with us all through the promo period. All you need to join is to visit any of our over 100 stations across the country to get registered, or go to www.petrosolcrm.com to register online.
Petrosol, energizing dreams.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
And welcome back to the Midday News. We'll take it to the market now. Traders and consumers are urging government to take urgent action against soaring food prices. They warn that the rising prices of staples like yam, pepper, tomatoes, garden eggs, and contomere are making proper nutrition unaffordable for many. Jacqueline and Sumayabwa reports.
Food prices in Ghana keeps going up and up. Today, I'm at Malata Market to engage customers and sellers to find out more as to how these prices, the price increase is affecting selling and buying at the same time.
Changing. Last month, no, it be 700.
The pepper is 5 cedis, while the garden eggs cost 5 cedis or 10 cedis. Food prices have changed drastically. Just last month, a bag of pepper cost 600 to 700 Ghana cedis. But now, just within 3 weeks, the price of green pepper has doubled to 1,400 cedis per bag. The prices have increased due to the current heat, which is impacting cost, and with Salah approaching, that's also driving prices up. Previously, a bag's cost between 1,600 and 1,700 Ghana cedis, but now it's around 2,000 to 2,200 Ghana cedis. Yam prices have become very expensive, especially at Ablobloshi market. 100 pieces go for 7,000, 6,000 and 5,500 Ghana cedis. Last month, a tuber was 30 Ghana cedis, but now it's 40 Ghana cedis.
Let me find some of the customers in the market to engage them on how these high prices is affecting them.
The second time, and this my go-to market might say the prices in market now is outrageous.
Last month, how much were you buying plantain?
10 cedis. When you buy 10 cedis, they'll give you, but now they're 20 cedis.
10 cedis, how many? You can't get plantain for 10 cedis now?
No.
From food sellers to consumers and buyers, one thing looks clear. The price of food is squeezing the pockets of Ghanaians. But the big question remains, what is the way forward for this? Some of them believe that it's seasonal. Some of them have been talking about transport. Some of them have been talking about the fact that some of these products could be done right here in Ghana and it would help benefit the people.
Now, 3 suspects have been arrested in connection with killings of mobile money vendors in the Ashanti region. According to the regional minister, Dr. Franka Mokohene, 1 suspect was arrested in Boko and 2 others in Accra. He commended the national security and the Ghana police
3
for
mobile
the
money
arrest, but gave no details. Clinton Yeboah reports.
3 mobile money vendors have died in separate incidents in Kumasi in the last 2 months, causing fear and panic in parts of the Ashanti region. These robberies and killings prompted the Ashanti Regional Security Council to institute measures including beefing up police visibility and providing safety training for momo vendors. The RECSEC has also embarked on a crackdown on unlicensed motorbikes in the region. In 2 of the 3 recent killings of momo vendors, firearms were used. Dr. Frank Amwakohene has stated that dealing with illicit arms and ammunition will help in the fight against the crime.
And last night, the Black Stars scored Madagascar 3-0. And Fentio is on the line with me. Fentio, what's the update? Even though I'm not really, convinced. I'm not convinced that they're going to, keep us happy like this.
Yes. It's a really good time, mostly because the Black Stars have put themselves in pole position to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. That victory yesterday has given them a 5-point lead at the top of the table. Their closest rivals, Comoros, they play today against Chad. Victory would mean that they can cut the Black Stars' lead at the top from those 5 points to 3 points, with 4 matches remaining. Now, from now till September, there's no international break and there's no FIFA qualifier. So June would be free, and the Black Stars have announced that they will play a 4-nation tournament in England, specifically to prepare for those September matches. But it's all looking really good, especially after what happened in the AFCON qualifiers where they couldn't qualify. They've now redeemed themselves and put themselves in a really good position to qualify. Now, every Ghanaian might be happy, Maame Esi, but not Husseini, the 21-year-old who invaded the pitch in the match against Chad on Friday. He's been sentenced to 100 days in prison for his act, which disrupted the match. The GFA could be fined up to $20,000 for that singular act, and he's paying for it behind bars.
All right, thank you so much, Fentio Tyree, Fentio lead on our sports team. And it's about time now for what's trending. And Jackie, I miss you.
I missed you too, Maame Esi. You're welcome back. I've been good.
You're looking very colorful.
Yes.
So what's trending?
Well, let's see, on social media, yesterday after the Attorney General's press briefing, Adubuahin is trending on social media, still trending, part of the top topics on social media. And a couple of comments. So Jollof Guy says that I never heard of the name Adubuahin until 2 days ago, and I'm wondering if this man can do this damage low-key. How about the popular ones who occupied bigger institutions? A lot of comments like that on social media. And of course, DSTV. Maame Esi, do you use DSTV?
Oh, I don't have money like that too.
Oh. But then I think a lot of people.
My friend has changed his, subscription to what?
As a friend, Arsenal, he uses DSTV. Yeah, but then
they're making it difficult for him to now watch football,
Yes, but then they've increased the prices, which takes effect on 1st April, and social media users are not taking it lightly at all. They are not.
And majority of our listeners,
a lot of people listen to Joy FM and Joy News on DSTV. Because Joy Dynamic says that DSTV couldn't cite the exchange as part of their reasons to increase their subscription fee astronomically, because they know the city has been relatively stable for 3 months and businesses can plan peacefully. DSTV can't be increasing subscription fees anytime they want. Well, yes. So a lot of comments.
Jackie, we have some people actually reacting to this.
Okay.
So if they increase the prices, then I will not able to recharge. So it better, instead they will losing customer. It better they bring the price more low to be available to everybody.
Yeah, I use DSTV. They will increase some, I think, ending of last year. And I think this won't increase it again. The way the cost is, it has made it look like it is something extraordinary. DSTV, it should be like a normal thing that everybody can purchase. Understand? But due to the cost, Ghana here, our cost of DSTV is too much. A month, you are paying almost like 4 something to get to the channels.
Use DSTV for more than 6 years. Yeah, mostly the Ghanaian one, they like always increase their monthly too much. Oh, right now I stopped using it. I don't want to. Beginning of this year, I've stopped using it because it's too much. Almost like 500 a month. And moreover, 1 week, only football that I've watched.
Well, I mean, it's serious. So imagine someone earning 2K a month. than paying more than 500 cedis for this plus other utilities.
Well, I hope DSTV management understands that
Yes.
English, and I will hope that Sam George will also help out on that score.
Yes.
And that's how we end this afternoon's midday bulletin. We're grateful for your time. I am Maame Esi Nyamekye Thompson. Living Word is up next with Pastor Mesa Otoba.